Lublin dnia 5 stycznia 1944 roku. Kochana żono, żegnam Ciebie na wieki, Ciebie i dzieci i całą rodzinę, krewnych. Paczek mi już więcej nie wysyłaj. Żegnam Cię ostatni raz, Piotrowski Jan. Kto znajdzie, proszę wysłać. Leokadja Piotrowska, wieś Potok Stany, gmina Potok Wielki, Kraśnik. Lublin, January 5th, 1944. My loving wife. Farewell, my dear, forever. You, our kids, and the rest of the family. Please don't send me any more parcels. I'm saying goodbye to you for the last time. Jan Piotrowski. Whoever finds this, please send to Leokadja Piotrowska, address wieś Potok Stany, gmina Potok Wielki, Kraśnik. My grandmother received that postcard by mail during World War II in 1944. Actually, that was a miracle that heart made to her house. We don't know who found the postcard and what happened to that person, but we know that my grandparents was living in a small village, Potok Stany, and there was very high amount of the partisan activity. And that's why Nazi frequently do street roundups of a man as a punishment. And because of that time, my grandfather one day decided to go to the forest to hide for a couple of days. When those days passed, he tried to go back, and on the way back, he stopped in the other village, in one of the houses there, just to get some meal and water. He didn't know that that house was very often visited by partisans, and Nazi knew that too, and that day they did a roundup in the same house. He was captured, of course, and then they transport him to the biggest town around, Lublin, to Gestapo jail in the Lublin castle. And he spent there about half a year. And while he was in the jail in 1943, he received the Christmas card from the Polish Red Cross, and he kept this postcard when he knew it was time. He found something to write with and wrote his last farewell to his loving wife, Leokadja. We assumed that card was thrown away by him when they transferred him to the death side. Whoever found it mailed it to my grandmother. I wish that I can ask my grandmother more about this story, but it's too late already. She passed away. But when I was a young boy, I was never interested in about those things. A couple of years ago, a story popped into my head because I was doing our family tree. What remains after grandfather is that postcard and those information from the people living in the house when the roundups occurred. But even with those information, it's really hard to know exactly what happened. Right now, we're passing this story from generation to generation, the same like my father passed it on to me, and now I passed it on to my children. And now it's even easier because internet changed everything, and the original of that postcard is still in that house where my grandparents live. But right now with internet we can scan it and send it to Canada. It is just amazing how that history of that postcard miracle that actually happens a long time ago can be still alive in our family today.